Every morning at exactly 6:30, Daniel placed a warm plate of food on the kitchen table for someone who almost never sat down to eat it. For months, the same plate waited there. Sometimes it was pancakes with fresh fruit, sometimes it was eggs, toast, and a small note written beside the fork. Don't forget to eat. You matter. But the person Daniel cared about the most kept walking past it. Daniel Carter was a 38-year-old single father who worked as a chef at a small family restaurant called Maple Street Kitchen. He had been raising his two children, 12-year-old Lily and 8-year-old Noah, alone for almost 5 years. His wife Emma had passed away after a long illness. After that day, Daniel promised himself that his children would never feel alone, even if he had to work twice as hard to make it happen. Life was not easy. Daniel woke up before sunrise, prepared breakfast, packed school lunches, worked a full shift at the restaurant, came home tired, helped with homework, washed dishes, and repeated everything the next day. Some nights, he fell asleep sitting on the couch while helping Noah practice reading. But Daniel never complained. "Dad, you're tired," Lily once told him while watching him rub his eyes after a long shift. Daniel smiled and said, "Being tired is okay. Missing your childhood isn't." Lily remembered those words. She knew her father was trying his best. But after starting middle school, everything changed. Lily became busier. She joined school clubs, stayed late for projects, and started worrying about things Daniel did not understand. Her grades became stressful. She felt pressure from teachers, classmates, and herself. Most mornings, Daniel prepared breakfast for her anyway. "Lily, breakfast is ready," he would call from the kitchen. "Just a minute, Dad," she would answer. But that minute usually turned into 10. Then she would rush downstairs, grab her backpack, and leave. "I'll eat later," she would say. Daniel always watched her walk away. He wanted to stop her. He wanted to tell her that skipping meals was not just about food. It was about taking care of herself. But he also remembered what it felt like to be a teenager who thought adults did not understand. So instead, he saved her plate every single morning at the restaurant. Daniel was known as the calm chef who treated everyone like family. His co-workers respected him because he always stayed patient, even during the busiest hours. One of his co-workers, Marcus, noticed something. "You make breakfast every day for your daughter?" Marcus asked one morning. Daniel looked at the untouched plate he had packed for Lily. "Yeah, and she eats it." Daniel smiled quietly. "Not yet." Marcus shook his head. "You still do it even when she doesn't." Daniel looked toward the kitchen window. She might not notice today, but one day, she knows someone was always waiting for her. Daniel believed small acts of love mattered, but he never expected one morning to change everything. That morning, Lily came downstairs late again. Her hair was messy. Her backpack was half open. She looked exhausted. "Lily," Daniel said gently, "you need to eat something." "I don't have time." "You say that every day." She stopped. Daniel looked at the clock. "You've skipped breakfast all week." Lily sighed. "Dad, please. I'm already stressed." Daniel became quiet. He wasn't angry. He was worried. "I'm not trying to bother you," he said. "I'm trying to take care of you." But Lily grabbed her bag. "I'm not a little kid anymore." Those words hurt more than she realized. Daniel watched her leave. The plate remained untouched, and for the first time, he wondered if all his effort was reaching her at all. The next few weeks became harder. Lily continued skipping breakfast. She started coming home tired and quiet. She stopped talking about school. She spent more time in her room and less time with her family. Daniel noticed every little change: the way she pushed food around her plate, the way she forced a smile, the way she said, "I'm fine," when she clearly wasn't. Single quotes T. One evening, Daniel found her sitting at the kitchen table with her homework open but no writing on the page. He placed a glass of water beside her. "Long day." Lily shrugged. "Just school." Daniel sat across from her. "You know you can tell me anything, right?" "I know, but you don't." She looked down. "I don't want you to worry." Daniel felt a pain in his chest. "Lily, I'm your dad. Worrying about you is part of my job." For a moment, she almost opened up, but then her phone buzzed. She looked at the screen and quickly turned it over. Daniel noticed, but he didn't ask. He wanted her to trust him enough to tell him herself. The next morning, Daniel prepared her favorite breakfast, cinnamon French toast. He even wrote a note. "Big day today. I believe in you." But Lily never came downstairs. Daniel knocked on her door. "You're going to be late." No answer. He opened the door slightly. She was sitting on the floor beside her bed. Her school uniform was ready, but she was holding a test paper. Her eyes were full of tears. Daniel immediately walked in. "What happened?" Lily quickly wiped her face. "Nothing." Daniel sat beside her. "Don't say nothing when I can see you're hurting." She stayed silent. Then, she handed him the paper. Her grade was much lower than usual. The top was a comment from her teacher. "Lily, I know you can do better. Please ask for help when you need it." Daniel looked at his daughter. "Is this why you've been stressed?" She nodded. "I studied. I really did, but I feel like I'm falling behind." Her voice broke. "Mom used to help me." Daniel froze. He knew Lily missed her mother. He missed her too. Lily continued, crying. "Everyone thinks I'm okay because I don't complain, but I'm not okay." Daniel pulled her into a hug. And at that moment, he understood. The breakfast was never the real problem. The real problem was that his daughter was carrying a heavy weight alone that night. Daniel sat at the kitchen table long after everyone went to sleep. He looked at the empty chair where Emma used to sit. He felt like he had failed. He had been so focused on making sure Lily ate that he forgot to ask if she was hurting the next morning. Daniel made breakfast again, but this time, he did something different. He sat down with her. When Lily walked into the kitchen, she looked surprised. "Dad, aren't you going to work?" "I am, but you're sitting here." Daniel smiled. "I realized I've been saving you a plate every morning, but I wasn't saving enough time for you." Lily looked at him, and for the first time in weeks, she smiled. But Daniel knew one conversation would not fix everything that he had a decision to make. He could keep trying to solve everything himself, or he could ask for help, and asking for help was something Daniel had always found difficult. That afternoon, Daniel went to Lily's school. He met with her teacher and the school counselor. At first, he felt embarrassed. He was used to handling problems alone, but he realized something important. Being a good parent did not mean doing everything alone. It meant doing whatever was best for your child. Together, they created a simple plan. Lily would have extra support with her schoolwork. She would take breaks when things became overwhelming, and most importantly, she would talk when she felt pressure building up. At home, Daniel changed their mornings. He still cooked breakfast, he still prepared her favorite meals, but now, breakfast became family time. No phones, no rushing, just 15 minutes together. Some mornings they talked about school, some mornings they laughed about silly things. Noah did. And some mornings they simply sat quietly, but they were together. A few weeks later, something unexpected happened. Daniel was working at the restaurant when Lily walked in after school. She was holding a small container. "Dad." Daniel turned around. "What are you doing here?" She smiled. "I brought you something." She opened the container. Inside was a sandwich. Daniel laughed. "You made this?" "Yes." "Should I be worried?" Lily rolled her eyes. "I can cook." Daniel took a bite. "It's actually good." "Actually." They both laughed. Then Lily became quiet. "Dad." "Yeah." "I'm sorry." Daniel looked at her. "For what?" "For ignoring your breakfasts. For acting like you didn't care. I thought you were just telling me what to do." She looked down. "But you were trying to tell me you loved me." Daniel put his hand on her shoulder. "I never needed you to eat every plate. I just needed you to know someone was always there." Lily hugged him tightly. "I know." Now, months passed. Daniel still woke up early. He still cooked. He still worked hard. But life felt different because his daughter was not just eating breakfast anymore. She was opening her heart again. One morning, Daniel walked into the kitchen and saw something that made him stop. On the table was a plate of breakfast. Beside it was a note. "Dad, don't skip breakfast either. Someone cares about you too." Daniel smiled. For years, he had been the one reminding everyone else to take care of themselves. Now, his daughter was reminding him, and that was the moment he realized something every parent eventually learns. Love is not always shown through big moments. Sometimes love is a warm meal waiting on a table. Sometimes it is a simple question. Sometimes it is just being there every single day, even when nobody notices. Because the people we love may not always say they need us, but they will always remember who stayed. So remember this. A parent's greatest gift is not perfection. It is presence, patience, and the courage to keep showing love even when it feels unseen. Have you ever realized later that someone was quietly caring for you all along? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like and subscribe for more emotional life stories.